From the mystical omens of Hafez's poetry to the moral guidance of entertaining stories and colorful spread of fruits and nuts, Shab-e Yalda, or the Night of Yalda, is a Persian celebration of the longest night of the year. On this night, families and friends gather, share stories, and indulge in a feast that symbolizes the richness of Persian history and culture. Tables are adorned with pomegranates, watermelons, and an array of nuts and dried fruit, each carrying its own significance and adding to the festive atmosphere. Light, love, and unity are at the heart of the Night of Yalda. Join me in this video as we step into the enchanting Night of Yalda, where ancient Persian traditions come alive. We will explore the history, customs, and delicious treats that make this night so magical. Discover the ancient traditions that have been passed down through generations, and experience the joy and warmth that this special night brings to all who celebrate it. The Night of Yalda is a translation of Shab-e Yalda. Shab is the Persian word for night. It is one of the oldest Iranian festivals inherited from ancient Iranian history and tradition. This night is the longest night of the year, and our ancestors celebrated it annually. The Night of Yalda begins at sunset on the last day of autumn and ends at sunrise on the first day of winter. The Iranian solar calendar has 12 months and is divided into 4 seasons: spring or bahar, summer or tabestan, autumn or payis, winter or zemestan, and each season has 3 months. The Night of Yalda is on the 30th of Azar, the last month of autumn, and the first day of Day, the first month of winter. According to the Gregorian calendar, the Night of Yalda falls on December 20th or 21st, depending on leap years. The Night of Yalda joins the autumn to the winter. It is the longest night of the year and is celebrated in Iran and the regions of Greater Iran, including Azerbaijan, Iraqi Kurdistan, Baluchi Eraz, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and Tajikistan. So now you know that Shab means night in Persian. But what about Yalda? Yalda is a Syriac word meaning birth or birth of the sun. Syriac is a Semitic language that was an important Christian literary and liturgical language from the 3rd through the 7th century. It is not precisely clear when and how the word Yalda entered the Persian language. Historically, it appears that early Christians who faced hardships in Rome migrated to Iran, and that Syriac word eventually found its way into Persian. Shab-e Chelle is another name used for the Night of Yalda. Chelle is derived from the word 40th. It is called Shab-e Chelle because the great 40 days of winter begin the day after this night. In ancient times, Persians had a holistic calendar mainly used for agriculture and animal husbandry. They recognized 2 periods of the year as Chelle: the summer Chelle and the winter Chelle. The history of the Night of Yalda dates back to ancient times, though its exact age is not known. Some archaeologists have tried to estimate its date based on prehistoric pottery that features animal motifs representing the Persian months, such as the ram and the scorpion. Although these motifs are rare in inscriptions and archaeological findings, some archaeologists believe that the traditions associated with Yalda night can be traced back to ancient times. The more certain beginnings of the Night of Yalda dates back to around 500 BCE. It was during the reign of Darius I that Yalda was incorporated into the official calendar of ancient Persians. This calendar was influenced by the timekeeping systems of the Babylonians and Egyptians. Ancient Iranian beliefs based on myths and cosmic events have shaped the traditions of the Night of Yalda. There are various myths explaining the reasons for this celebration. One myth is the victory of light over darkness. It relates the night of Yalda to the triumph of light over darkness. In ancient times, people's lives were based on agriculture and animal husbandry, making weather conditions crucial. They were well attuned to natural phenomena such as the changing of seasons, as their daily activities and works were dependent on the sunlight, while their crops were also impacted by climate and weather. Through observation and experience, they understood the continuous changes in day and night and the seasons. Curious by nature, humans sought the reasons behind these events. They observed the effects of light and darkness, warmth and cold on their lives. From these observations, they concluded that light, day, and the sun symbolize the creator and goodness, while night and cold represented evil and darkness. They believed that day and night and light and darkness were in a constant struggle. Longer days signified the victory of light, while shorter days indicated the dominance of darkness. So the longest days would be a great turning point for them to celebrate. Thus, they celebrated the last day of autumn, the longest night of the year, because the following days gradually became longer, symbolizing the Creator's victory over darkness. Another myth is that of the birth of Mitra and the beginning of creation. The worship of Mitra, a deity of Indo-Iranian origin, was prevalent in Iran before Zoroastrianism. Mitra represented love and kindness and was also the mediator of covenants. He symbolized keeping promises and truthfulness. Mitra was also the judge among warriors, punishing liars and oath breakers. The sun is a visible symbol of Mitra. According to their tradition, on a long and cold night, Mitra appeared in a deep and low cave, bringing the sun with him. In another myth, Mitra returns to the world on this night, lengthening the hours of daylight, thus signifying the sun's dominance. Moving beyond its Indo-Iranian origins to much more recent times, the Night of Yalda is an important cultural event, both in Iran and in countries with significant Persian communities. This blend of ancient traditions and modern festivities makes Yalda Night a unique and vibrant expression of cultural heritage and familial bonds. The customs of Yalda Night have remained largely unchanged over time. Family gatherings are central on this night. All family members come together, especially in the house of elders like grandparents, to spend the longest night together. As the night progresses, they exchange stories, share laughter, and enjoy their time while creating great memories. They stay awake most of the night. During the night, they eat and drink different kinds of food and beverages. The table and its offerings are one of the most characteristic parts of the night. The Yalda table includes special fruit, nuts, and other snacks. Fruits are a key component of the Yalda spread, with red fruit playing a central role. The red color of these fruits symbolizes the sun and the glow of life. The tables are full of seasonal fruit, nuts, chocolates, cakes, and snacks. Pomegranate is the main fruit of the Yalda table. In ancient times, pomegranates were considered symbols of fertility and abundance due to their numerous seeds. The red color of the pomegranate also symbolizes joy and the sun. Eating pomegranates on Yalda night was believed to have a magical effect, transferring the fruit's blessings and fertility to those who consumed it. This is why pomegranates are often included in the Yalda offerings for brides. Additionally, pomegranates are considered sacred in Islam and are mentioned in the Quran as a fruit of paradise. Watermelon, like pomegranate, is a special fruit for the Yalda table. While watermelon is a summer fruit, its red color symbolizes the sun and reminds us of the warmth and heat of summer. It was believed that eating watermelon on Yalda night would protect people from the cold and illness throughout the great and small chelle periods. Additionally, like pomegranate, watermelon is a fruit with many seeds, symbolizing abundance and prosperity. Other fruit on the Yalda table include various autumn fruit. Traditionally, along with pomegranates and watermelons, seasonal fruit were also placed on the table. Fruits like oranges and other citrus fruits, apples, persimmons, pears, and even beets and pumpkins can be part of the Yalda spread. On this night, snacks and special nuts are more important than the main meal. In the past, when it was difficult to store fresh fruit for long periods, many fruits were dried for preservation and consumption in other seasons. The main nuts are pistachios, walnuts, almonds, and hazelnuts. Alongside these, dried figs and mulberries are also present. Traditionally, roasted chickpeas and raisins have been part of Yalda night nuts. The color red holds a special significance on Yalda night, symbolizing the warmth and vitality of the sun. This vibrant hue is prominently featured in the pomegranates and watermelons that adorn the Yalda table. To honor this tradition, people often decorate their tables and rooms with a red color theme, creating a festive and inviting atmosphere. Additionally, many choose to wear red clothing to further embody the spirit of the celebration. This emphasis on red not only enhances the visual appeal of the festivities, but also reinforces the symbolic triumph of light and warmth over darkness. In the past, people would sit around the kursi, a low table with a heater underneath and blankets over it. Before that, they would gather around the fire, and now heaters warm the gatherings. Fire symbolized the sun in ancient times, and lighting a fire was done in its honor. Some also believe that fire was lit to ward off evil. Reciting poetry and sharing stories is a cherished tradition on Yalda night. Storytelling, which includes reciting poems and tales, was a tradition in the past. Families would gather on this night, and the elders would tell stories to everyone. These stories are often short and fictional, with heroes, animals, demons, and fairies. They are told or written mainly for the entertainment and moral edification of the family. Families often turn to the Divan Hafez, a beloved collection of poems by Hafez, which are thought to offer insights and guidance for the year ahead when chosen at random. Hafez was a renowned Persian lyric poet born around 1325 in Shiraz, Iran. He is celebrated for his masterful ghazals, which contain themes of love, spirituality, and the divine. Hafez's poetry is deeply rooted in Sufism, reflecting his mystical beliefs and quest for union with the ultimate reality. His works, particularly the Divan Hafez, are considered some of the highest achievements in Persian literature and continued to be widely read and revered in Persian-speaking cultures. On Yalda night, it is customary for the eldest family member to perform fal or divination using the Divan Hafez. The process involves the person seeking the fortune making a wish, and then the elder recites a phrase similar to this: "O Hafez of Shiraz, you who reveal every secret, I seek a fortune, cast your gaze upon me." This tradition adds a mystical and poetic touch to the celebration, as the verses of Hafez are believed to offer guidance and insights for the coming year. The elder opens the Divan Hafez at random. The ghazal at the top right is considered the answer to the divination. If the ghazal starts in the middle of the page, the reading begins from the start of the ghazal on the previous page. Additionally, 3 verses from the next ghazal are also read as witnesses to the fortune. After reading the ghazal, the elder interprets the fortune. If the poem's content is positive, the fortune is considered good. If not, it is seen as bad. Since most of Hafez's ghazals have mystical, romantic, and hopeful themes, the fortunes are usually uplifting. Another integral part of the night of Yalda is the recitation of Shahnameh. Reciting the Shahnameh and storytelling by the elders of the family and relatives around the Yalda table is another tradition of Iranians on this night. The Shahnameh, or Book of Kings, is an epic poem written by the Persian poet Ferdowsi between 977 and 1010 CE. It is one of the world's longest epic poems, consisting of around 50,000 couplets, and it recounts the mythical and historical past of Persia. Ferdowsi, born around 940 in Tus, Iran, is one of the greatest Persian poets. His work is considered a masterpiece of Persian literature and has had a profound influence on Persian identity and language. This tradition has been popular in Iran for centuries. The appeal of Shahnameh recitation is greatly enhanced when performed in the style of Naqqali, a traditional Persian storytelling art. Unfortunately, this art form is fading away. One would be very fortunate to have someone in his family who can perform it. As the night of Yalda approaches, the streets and shopping centers come alive with beautiful decorations and designs, signaling the imminent celebration. The media is abuzz with images, videos, and songs dedicated to Yalda, creating a festive atmosphere. People also exchange heartfelt messages of congratulations, spreading joy and anticipation. This vibrant display of cultural pride and communal spirit highlights the significance of Yalda night, as everyone comes together to honor this ancient tradition with warmth and enthusiasm. The Night of Yalda is a captivating fusion of history and culture and shines as a symbol of joy and unity during the winter season. This event is more than just the longest night of the year. It honors the enduring and adaptable nature of Persian culture. It encourages us to reflect on the past and greet the future with open hearts and joyful spirits.